Good morning and welcome to the little apartment on the prairie. My, that lighting is bad, isn't it? Let's see if it's better if I turn. Oh, well, at least you get to see Whiskers now. All right, so this morning I'm going to be, well, actually over the next couple days, I'm going to be putting together a bug out bag, which I hope I never need to use. I don't expect to ever need to use, but I'm going to have one just in case. And so I thought I'd film it while I'm putting it together and show you what I'm going to put in my bag, and you can offer any suggestions that you might have. Isaac's eating a chicken leg over there. So what I'm talking about when I say a bug out bag, a bag that if, say, I don't know, there's a flood and the flood waters are rising really fast, or, you know, something happens and I have to get out of my house right now. There's not time to pack up a bunch of items. There's not time to load up the car. There's not time to think about what I'm going to take. Maybe I can't even go by car. Maybe I have to evacuate on foot. And that's why I say I don't really expect to ever have to use it, because I can't think of a lot of situations, especially where I live, where that would happen. But, you know, if it did, I'm talking about a bag that would have supplies in it that would keep me alive for, I'm planning to have like 7 to 10 days worth of supplies in that bag. That doesn't mean that I'll be happy or comfortable or have food that I like a lot or whatever, but I'm not going to starve. I'm not going to freeze to death, even though I might be chilly. It's just stuff that would keep you alive if you had to leave at a moment's notice and that's all you could take. I'm actually going to be putting items in a cardboard box until I get all the items that I want, and then I'm going to figure out what bag to put them in. I saw that suggestion on another channel, and I don't remember what channel it was. I'm so sorry. I'm bad about remembering that stuff. But at some point, maybe I want a backpack, but right now I'm going to use what I have. So I've got a couple different duffel bags, or I have a suitcase that's like on wheels, which seems like kind of a strange bug out bag maybe, but you know, I have a bad back. I'm not sure I could carry a very heavy pack on my back. So maybe a suitcase that I could pull on wheels would work pretty well. So I don't know. It's going to be that or a duffel bag. Now, if my next step after having a bug out bag put together would be to put together like a plastic tote of other items, including additional food, that if I had a little bit more time and was, you know, packing the car to leave, like, you know, a hurricane's coming or a wildfire's coming and you might have to evacuate. Again, rare occurrences in Nebraska, but, you know, something like that. But you've got time to pack up like what's really important to you and stuff. I'd have a tote with some other things, and then I also have a sleeping bag and a tent that I would pack if I, you know, had time. And I'd also pack up the cats if I had time and was leaving in the car. If my building is on fire and is burning down and I have to flee on foot, I'm not sure how you do that with cats. I'd probably open up windows and let them out and they'd be on their own. I don't know. I don't have a good plan for that. I have a carrier for each cat, and, you know, if possible, I'd pack up the cats and put them in the car with me and Isaac. Isaac could evacuate on foot with me if he had to. And he actually has, hi Isaac, you've got a treat in this Kong. He actually has a backpack that he can carry some food and water for himself. Get your Kong, go get it. You got a treat in there. You got to get it out. Man, he's like, can't you just get it out for me, Mom? I don't want to work hard. Here's Whiskers being all sweet. And that big head. You're a big-headed cat, Whiskers. So anyway, that's what I'm going to be working on over the next couple days, and I thought I'd film it for you, and it'll be in like different little segments as I start putting things together. And I'll be showing you things in no particular order, but you can see what I'm going to put in a bug out bag. And please feel free to share in the clips what things you would put in a bug out bag if you have a bug out bag. But if you were making one, what would you put in it? And let me know if you think I'm forgetting anything. Okay, so like I said, this stuff is in no particular order, but I might try and put it in some order. I've got some medications, and I'm gonna like throw those in a big Ziploc bag to kind of hold them together. I've got some allergy medication. It's like generic Benadryl. I have a bottle of my migraine medication because I don't get migraines that often, maybe once every couple months, maybe. I used to get them a lot, but when I do get them, they're really bad. Like, they can be so bad I can't drive. I can't, you know, function. So you don't want those if you're in a situation where you're having to evacuate or something. I've got antibiotic ointment, which my friend sent me in a package of things for my birthday. I have anti-diarrheal medication because, you know, if you're drinking different water or you're under stress or whatever, you don't want to have diarrhea when you're trying to bug out. Right. Okay. I've got caffeine pills for a couple reasons. One is, you know, I have coffee every morning. Well, actually all day. Here's my coffee now. And I imagine I'm addicted to caffeine. It's like the only thing. I almost never drink. I don't do anything that's not good for me really, except I drink a lot of caffeine. But I get headaches if I miss my coffee. And also, you know, you might want some extra energy if you're having to evacuate or something. So I have the caffeine pills. Somewhere I also have, this is just generic acetaminophen, like the store brand. And I need to get some more of that because I've got a bottle. I've got another bottle besides this bottle, but that doesn't really seem like it, you know? Okay. So I think that's the medication I've got right now. So I'm going to seal that up, drop it in my big box. All right, so then I've got two things. I've got this flashlight, and I've also got this headlamp. And the headlamp, you know, it lets you have your hands free if you need your hands for something, and yet you still have light. And this one also does that red light. You can have it, it's got a couple different levels of brightness, and you can also have a red light, which the red light makes you less visible, like from a distance if you don't want people to see you. But what it also does is your eyes adjust from that to the dark. If you have that red light on and then you turn the light off, your eyes adjust better than like a regular white light. I don't have batteries in either of these. I need to put batteries in them. Or actually, I'm not going to put batteries in them. I'm going to put batteries. I'm going to make myself a note or I'm going to forget. But I'm going to put batteries with them, but not in them, because the batteries last longer. You don't have to worry about corrosion. I'm writing that down because otherwise I won't remember. Sassy. So I opened the closet to get out my bug out bag stuff, and Sassy went in the closet, so I couldn't shut the door, and now she's in there making who knows what kind of a mess. So anyway, here is it. Okay. I have one of those, if you can see it, those Mylar blankets that look like aluminum foil and probably aren't real comfy, but they'll help keep you warm, keep you from, you know, dying of hypothermia. I got a 4-pack of these from Amazon, and it was super cheap. Like, it might have been less than $10 for 4 of them. It was really cheap. I have one in my car for emergency use. I'm going to have one in my bug out bag. I don't know what I'm going to do with the other 2. Maybe I should put 2 in my car and 2 in the bug out bag. I don't know. Anyway, so I have this bottle that has nothing in it right now, but what it's going to have is cotton balls, like dipped in Vaseline, which are really good for starting a fire. If you need to build a fire and it's damp out, or your wood is damp or whatever, that works really well. And I'm just going to put them in this bottle. It had medication in it. I stuck a label on it so I know what it is. But I don't have any cotton balls. And I don't really want to go buy a bag of cotton balls when I only want to put like maybe 5 or 6 in here. But I don't know. Maybe I'll see if one of my neighbors or somebody has some cotton and I can borrow it. So I have this cup. which I got at Walmart and it was really cheap. And you can heat water or some soup or whatever, like over a campfire. That's I guess I should take the sticker off the bottom of it. So I got it for that purpose. And then a friend of mine sent me one of these little camp stoves, which I don't know if it's going to go in my bug out bag or like in my tote that would be other stuff. But this is one of those little camp stoves. You see how small it is? It like has several pieces. It comes apart. When you put it together, it looks like this. And it uses like bark and twigs or dried leaves or whatever you burn in it. It's really, let me show you the pictures. Here's some pictures on the package. Let's see if you can, there you go. You see that? I mean, it's really tiny. It's lightweight. I love it. It was a fantastic birthday gift. But like I could put this little cup on that stove and heat up some water or whatever. So this might go in my bug out bag. It's not that heavy, but it's going to depend on how much stuff I have in my bag, whether or not I'm going to put that in there. If it's actually something I'm going to have to carry. So then I have this like spork utensil thing, which also came from Walmart and was really cheap. If I can get it on, there we go. All right, so you've got here, oops, okay. Yeah, it's like hard to get apart, but you're supposed to have, okay, seriously, how does this thing come apart? Yes, Isaac, I see. You wanna, let me see if the directions tell you how it comes apart. It doesn't. It's a fork, spoon, and a knife. Yes, Isaac, here's a treat. If you're smart enough to get it apart. Like, I feel like I'm gonna break it if I pull on it too hard. This is, yeah, okay. I cannot figure out how to get this. It's a fork on the bottom, see that? And this is a spoon, and it comes apart, and there's a knife. But the problem is, it looks like you would just like grab the spoon and pull. Ah, there it goes. Okay. So you've got a fork, a spoon, a knife, and the ability to somehow, okay, you can like, if you want like something with a longer handle, you can put it this way. So that seems like a good thing to have, at least if you're gonna like take something that's gonna, you know, that you can cook on. But I mean, you could cook over a campfire too. So I don't know. Okay. Alright, I have this thing, which has a compass, and it had a little instruction booklet because I haven't figured out how to use it yet. It's got a fire starter. These two edges, these two pieces come apart. You can see that I need to obviously, there we go. So it's got that like fire starter, whatever that stuff is. It's got magnesium. You scrape some off and start a fire with it. And obviously I didn't even know how to open the thing, so I have never made a fire with it. I totally need to practice, and I plan to. But it seems like a good thing to have, right? And you've got cord with it. Okay, and then the other thing I have, that these two things came together, is a Swiss Army knife that has a gazillion different pieces to it. It's got a fish scaler, it's got a knife, it's got a needle, it's got a, there's a whisker. It's got, I think, a nail file, it's got a screwdriver, it's got all those pieces. Okay. I stuck this little bag in this box. I don't even know what came in this bag, but it just looked like a neat little bag, like I could hold something in. There's nothing in it right now, but I might use it for something, or I might not. So I've got a package of baby wipes. So you can kind of stay clean when you're, you know, on the go. Then I've got this water bottle that has a filter in it, like you can put creek water or water from a lake or whatever in it. And it'll filter out lots of bad stuff that you need, you know, that you don't want to drink. So hopefully you won't need those anti-diarrheal pills. And it's still in the box right now. I'll take it out of the box before I pack it in a bag, obviously. And the last thing I've got, and I don't think I'm going to put all of these in here, but I've got some of those hand warmer things, like when you open them, they heat up and you can put them in your pocket or, you know, keep your hands warm for a long time. I think I'm going to put some of them in my bag and maybe just keep some of them in my car in case the car breaks down or something. So that's what I've got so far. I know there's other stuff I want to put in here. Somewhere I have one of those Life straws, which is like a filter in a straw, and you can drink right out of a creek or a lake or whatever through that straw. And then I've got some like gardening gloves. They're not really expensive ones, but they're still gardening gloves that I want to have, so you'd have something that would protect your hands if you're doing, I don't know, whatever, if you needed to build a campfire or whatever. So I want to put those in there. Probably some other things. Well, also the other thing is food, and I'm going to put a couple bottles of water. Yeah, and some food. So I need to get the food part together. So I will be back later with some of those other things. Alright, so what I'm going to do right now is I have this empty bottle that turmeric capsules came in. And I've been saving empty bottles. Normally I store things in glass bottles, but the plastic bottles are lighter and they don't break. So what I'm going to do is put chia seeds in this bottle. I need the little funnel so I don't make a huge mess. I'm going to put chia seeds in this bottle, and then I can put them in my bug out bag. And I'm going to pour them into the bottle with a 1/2 cup because I want to see how much, let's see, 6 tablespoons equals 1/2 cup. So I want to see like how many half cups I get. It'll probably be like maybe 2 cups. Gotta pour it in slow. This funnel has a very small opening. Here comes Sassy, who wants to help. And I don't need your help, little sassy cat. But I want to know because I know how much protein and how much, how many calories is in 1/2 cup. Let's see. Oh yeah, another 1/2 cup will fit in there. So 2 tablespoons of chia seeds has 120 calories and 4 grams of protein. Also has some healthy fats. So you can mix these in things, eat them on things. You could just eat a couple spoonfuls of chia seeds. Okay, I can put another one in there. If you were you wanted something quick and easy to eat. And I'm looking at food that is really nutrient dense and that I can eat without really needing any preparation to put in this bag. sassy, don't need your help. You don't even like chia seeds. You're a cat. I don't know that that's true. She might actually enjoy chia seeds. All right, I think I'm gonna have like 2 cups of chia seeds is gonna fit in here, which would be 1 cup is 12 tablespoons, 24 tablespoons. Okay, and she stepped right on the computer and turned off my camera. Man, she's a brat. Yeah, this little thing gets clogged up and then nothing's going out. I needed a funnel with a bigger opening. This one's really like meant for liquids, but you make do with what you can. So I'm going to be showing you the different foods that I'm going to put in my bug out bag. And like I said, I'm looking for things that are really nutrient dense. So like if you ate 3 tablespoons of chia seeds, I don't think that's going to feel like a very satisfying meal. But you're going to get 6 grams of protein, which is kind of a low protein meal, but you're going to get 180 calories. That seems like a low calorie meal, but my typical meals in a day usually are like 200 to 300 calories per meal. That's because I usually eat about 6 small meals a day. So my plan, I'm going to get just a little bit more in there. My plan for a bug out bag, I want this to be able to keep me alive for 10 days. So I want to have enough food to be getting between 1,000 and 1,200 calories a day, which is less than my typical calorie intake. Now, if I'm like in my car driving to get somewhere, I'm not burning a lot of calories. You don't need a lot of calories. If you're camping, if you're building a campfire, if you're, evacuating on foot, you're going to want more calories than that, but that's going to be enough to keep me alive. And so I'm being real specific with the purpose of these foods. Now, when I have foods like, I have a lot of food stored in my apartment for emergencies, and I have food that's healthy, but I have food, like I'm thinking in that case about food that I like to eat. Not just what will keep me alive, because I have enough food in my apartment that could keep me alive for probably a couple months. And for the most part, I might get tired of some of the food, but I could be fairly satisfied. When I'm packing in a bug out bag, I just care about it keeping me alive. It doesn't have to be my favorite food. It doesn't have to be satisfying. If you eat a couple tablespoons of chia seeds, I'm still going to feel hungry. I can drink a lot of water or whatever, but I'm focused on staying alive. So this is one instance where I'm really truly just looking at food as fuel, and that's it. Okay, and now what I'm doing is I've got some little sandwich baggies, little Ziploc bags. I've got some walnuts and, ouch, Whiskers. I don't know what's wrong with you cats today. Yeah, you better leave Isaac alone while he's eating, I'm telling you what. So I'm going to put about a quarter cup of walnuts. Oh, and there goes me making a mess. You don't like walnuts, Whiskers. I'm going to put about a quarter cup of walnuts in a Ziploc bag. And then the light just got brighter in here. That was weird. I've got some dried plums. So I'm going to put 3 dried plums and a quarter cup of walnuts. Isaac, you do not like dried plums or walnuts. Listen here, bud. In a Ziploc bag. And this is going to give me about 200 calories in this little bag. And it will give me about 4 grams of protein. There's about 20 grams of carbohydrates. No, I take that back. There's about 13 grams of carbohydrates and not too much sugar, like 7 or 8 grams of sugar in those dried plums. So it's a really small meal, quick to eat. Don't have to do anything to eat it. Just open the baggie and shovel it in my mouth. And I'm gonna make up 10 of these, so I've got enough for 10 days worth. Okay, I am back after a little nap, and I feel much better now. I'm gonna show you the rest of the stuff. I've got a box of stuff here that, there's Whiskers. I've got a box of stuff that I've collected. I'm gonna show you, but this video is not gonna get finished. It's getting kind of long, so I'm gonna finish the video, call it a day, and put this together for you, and then I'll do a part 2 in a few days and show you how the rest of the items that I put together, because it's just taking longer than I thought it would. It's more work than I thought it would to get everything together, which is a good thing I'm doing it. My plan is, I've kind of made a deadline for myself that I want to have this completely ready, that if something happened, I'd be ready to go by election day. Not because then I think I'm going to have to go anywhere on election day, but that's just kind of a deadline I gave myself. Isaac, if you come here, I'll give you a treat. Come here. Come here. Well, then sit over there. No room service, remember? Alright, so here I have 10 little baggies with walnuts and dried plums, and then I put them in one big baggie. And basically that would be like a meal. Now I can combine my food that I have in different ways. Here's my bottle of chia seeds. And then another food item I have is a jar of peanut butter. 2.5 tablespoons of peanut butter is about 200 calories. And let's see, about 10 grams of protein. And so, you know, I could combine my food. I could choose to have 1.5 tablespoons of peanut butter along with a tablespoon of chia seeds or whatever. I'm going to have some protein bars, and I'm going to have some protein powder that I could mix with water to drink. And that's what I'm going to have for right now in terms of food in my bug out bag. I've got the protein powder. I need to measure it out. I don't think I've got 10 protein bars, so I'm going to have to pick up some of those at the store. Okay, so then I've got an extra pair of wool socks, and I've got an extra hat, which is not wool, but it's a hat. If your feet get wet or your hat gets wet, keeping your feet and your head warm and dry will go a long ways towards keeping you feeling warm and dry. For sure. All right, here I said I was going to have some gardening gloves, and here they are. And they're not like really meant to keep your hands warm, but meant to protect your hands if you're, I don't know, you're carrying firewood or you're doing something that might, you don't want to get blisters or hurt your hands. I put 6 of those hand warmer things, hot hands, in a baggie to keep them together. Okay, I also have a face mask, which I should probably have like an N95 mask or something, but I don't right now, so this is what I have. And then I have, this is one of those things that goes like around your neck and you can pull it up, and it's really thin material, so it's probably not going to offer you a whole lot of protection, but if it's dusty or something, or you want like an extra layer of protection, it could. And then the other 2 things, I need to open these packages. Oh, here comes Isaac. Hi, buddy. So, I have nail clippers, and I've got a package. There's several pair in this package. I need to get one out so that I just have, why do they make these things so hard to open? And I have a cat on my lap, which means I can't get up to get my scissors. And I have a couple of things of tweezers, and I'm just going to put 1 tweezers and 1 nail clippers in there because, yeah, if you need to pull out a thorn or you get stung by something and need to pull out a stinger or any kind of thing like that, these will be good. And they're not heavy, they're not hard to carry. So In addition to what I've got here, I'm going to have the protein powder. I'm going to have protein bars. I'm going to have some lighters. I was going to put matches in there, but I think lighters would be easier to carry, and I'm going to get a couple of them, but I don't have any now, so that's on my list of stuff to buy, and I'll have it done by the 3rd. I also have some maps, paper maps, and directions to safe locations that I've identified, which are going to go in here. And I want to make copies of important documents like my birth certificate, my social security card, that kind of stuff to put in there. I want chapstick. I want some kind of like hand lotion or something. I need to get cotton balls and make those little fire starter things I was talking about. I'm going to put a toothbrush and toothpaste in there. And I'm probably forgetting something else that I was thinking of. And, oh, and I still need to get the batteries for the flashlights too. Okay, so maybe I'm forgetting some other things too. I don't know. I'll show you the rest of the things in a second video. It'll be, bug out bag part 2. And I'll show you those. And then let me know down in the comments anything that you think I'm forgetting or anything that you have in your bug out bag that I didn't mention, so that I can add anything else that I need. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. There's a cattail. Give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't yet. And everyone have a great day.